The level of mediocrity is absolutely appalling. Hi there, I'm Michelle Schaffer, and I'm excited to bring up a topic today that I feel a little bit hot about. I am new to the real estate profession. I am not new to business. I'm not new to service to people, but I am new to the profession of becoming a licensed real estate agent, a licensed mortgage loan originator. And as Bobby and I have been jumping into this profession, we have brought with us a lot of skills that have transferred into real estate. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a whole series on the skills that we have brought into real estate from the network marketing profession and just being entrepreneurs in general for the last couple of decades. When I came into real estate, I had an expectation because realtors are independent contractors. They don't get the job done, then they don't eat. If you don't close on deals, then you're not making any money. This is a 100% commission career, which takes a lot of faith, by the way. And if you're interested in hearing about the stories of faith in real estate, then you're going to want to head over to the Real Estate Revival podcast, because on that podcast, all I do is talk to realtors, mortgage lenders, loan officers, and affiliates in the real estate profession, and how faith has impacted the way that they run their business and how God has moved in and through their business. But back to today, coming into the real estate profession, I had an expectation that I was going to be met with a level of excellence, with people that were hungry, that were hardworking, because I know many of them. I know people that are in the luxury market that have made millions in real estate and are very successful. So that was pretty much my level of expectation. And I have been met with the reality that the level of excellence in real estate is very low, if non-existent in many circles. Now, that's not to say there are not some realtors out there who are working at levels of excellence, and it shows. In 2025, the statistic was that 70% of realtors didn't do one deal, but there was still over $160 billion in commissions paid out. That means that a lot of people sold real estate in 2025. So who made the money? If 70% of the realtors that are licensed out there didn't do one deal, that means the other 30% had the lion's share of the commissions paid in real estate. What that tells me is there is a massive opportunity. Matter of fact, Bobby and I were speaking with somebody the other day that said, "Hey, I've always been interested in getting into real estate. I've been thinking about it. What do you think?" And my response was, if you have any level of excellence in the way that you execute your job, then you will be wildly successful in real estate. Now, real estate in general is a people business. You're serving people. You're serving clients that want to buy homes. You're serving clients that want to sell homes. And when you're in service to people, there is an expectation from your clients that you are going to be available to them, that you're going to answer your phone, that you're going to answer questions when your clients have questions. And what Bobby and I have been exposed to is most people do not answer their phone, and they are very slow to get back to you. It's been quite shocking, to be honest with you. It's been quite shocking, the level of lackadaisical attitudes that exist out there. I've been quite surprised because real estate in general is very regulated. There are a ton of rules and laws and regulations, a lot of things that you have to be careful with because you're dealing with big transactions, a lot of money, other people's money. You have, as a real estate agent, you have a fiduciary responsibility to your clients. When what that means is you have to care more about their financial interests than your own. That's what that means. But that's not what I've seen. I have seen insane things happen already in my short tenure as a real estate agent that really is appalling and not surprising that most realtors are not as successful financially as they want to be. And also, it's not surprising that so many people have kind of a negative taste in their mouth about many realtors. And they make comments about, oh, they don't do anything to make all the money that they make. Well, I'm going to address a couple of those things in this video today, but I will tell you, I am so excited about being involved in this profession at this particular time because I think the opportunity is massive because the level of mediocrity is also massive. What I have found is the agents that actually care about their clients, truly serving them and helping them to accomplish their goals, are going to do great. The agents that actually answer their phone, the agents that are willing to work for their clients are going to do amazing. And on the flip side, there's this whole attitude of realtors like, oh, I answer my phone 24/7. I'm so burnt out. And in my experience, that is because many of them don't have systems. Maybe they don't understand entrepreneurship, and maybe they're just overall ineffective in the way that they execute working with their clients. I have been around real estate adjacent to it my entire life. My mom has been in real estate since I was a teenager. So I saw how hard she worked. I saw the things that she did and how she served her clients. And as I have polled realtors today, what I've seen is something that happened right around 2020. Interest rates were very, very low. Prices were going up, up, up. Agents couldn't do the job the way that they used to do it. They couldn't go out and show properties. They couldn't meet clients there. They're doing a lot of their work virtually, and deals were coming to them very quickly. Houses were getting sold immediately with multiple offers, and people writing letters to have the sellers accept their offers, and their commissions were going through the roof with them working much less hard than they had to before. And I think what happened was many in the profession got lazy. They saw, wow, we can make all this money and we don't have to do the same things that we had to do before COVID. And then when the world kind of got back to normal, I say that very loosely, and the real estate profession went back to normal behaviors, the agents did not go back to normal behaviors. The agents themselves had gotten accustomed to doing business from behind their computer screens. And then bring in AI. And there is an entire world of real estate that is shifting and changing. It is an awesome time to be a part of this profession. And I'm so happy that I get to come in now and learn things the new way. Me and Bobby don't have any old habits that we have to break. We bring into the profession a lot of skills that are serving us very, very well. Matter of fact, the other day, Bobby and I were on a listing appointment working to help these sellers choose us to help them sell their home. And one of the questions that the wife asked was, how long have you guys been in real estate? I said, oh, we're new. And Bobby goes, yeah, we just got licensed this year. And she said, you're lying. And I said, well, we're not new to business and we're not new to these types of transactions, even though we haven't been real estate agents. I found that to be humorous, of course, but also a big compliment. Because while we may be new, we are poised and confident in a way that even very experienced real estate agents are not. And it shows. And it showed to this client. What does it mean to have a level of excellence? Well, it's to be your word. It's the definition of integrity is when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And you do the right thing even when nobody is watching. That's just a standard. It's a principle. It can be taught, yes, but for most people, you either are this or you are not. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. And being that Bobby and I have been entrepreneurs basically our whole adult life, we understand the work that it takes, the follow-up that it takes, the determination and the consistency. Being able to execute all of those things simultaneously will serve you very, very well in the real estate profession. Those of you that are going to follow along with our career here, I'm excited to keep you updated as we start and execute our first year. We've got some pretty hefty goals for this first year. And I believe that being new in this profession is an absolute superpower. And I will share more about that later on with you. But just know this. If you want to follow along on the journey, if you're already a real estate agent or you want to become a real estate agent or maybe you've left the profession, but you miss it or you wish it could be done differently, I want to encourage you to follow along on our journey. I'm going to share it all with you. And there is something that I'm working on behind the scenes that I'm not going to share just yet. Give me a couple of months, but I'm going to share it with you. And I believe, well, I know for a fact that it's going to be something that adds so much value to the profession because it is something that every experienced person that I really respect has told me, don't bother with that. Don't touch that with a 10-foot pole, but I know that I'm being called specifically to it. And I know I'm not telling you anything, but just know this: being new is a superpower for us right now in the profession. And I know that God's going to use it. I'm going to use it, and it's going to help us to become wildly successful here. Having been in the business of serving people my entire life, starting with my first career as a stylist and a makeup artist, serving people in that way, moving into the network marketing profession, serving people in that way in various ways, leading, building teams, teaching and training, meeting people where they're at, learning how to have conversations with people, learning to take rejection and hearing a lot of no's, owning our own companies, multiple different kinds of companies, building systems, understanding marketing. All of these things have really worked in our favor here inside of the real estate profession and have made the transition fairly easy for us. Now, I'm still running Kingdom Alliance. That is my faith-based personal professional development company. We still have our KTC, our travel membership. Those things are still going on, and we love them, and we're very devoted to them. And what we're doing in real estate is getting the same amount of devotion, commitment, the same amount of education, training, and leadership. And it's been amazing already. Wild, the stories already, even though we're so new. I believe that because of a standard of excellence, just the way that we have learned to operate in the world, partially because of our ambition that I believe is God-given, and partially because of our belief, Bobby and I's belief, that everything that we do, we are doing it as if we're doing it for the Lord. We are representing Him. So there is a level of excellence that is required to uphold that standard, right? I want to work with people on our team as we are building our real estate team. I want to work with people that also want to have that level of excellence. If you're watching this and you've been thinking, man, there's a lot of flaky people out there in real estate, man, there's no leadership. There's no leadership development. These teams are terrible. I read a whole thread this morning about somebody that said being on a team has not benefited them at all. They're not getting leadership. They're not getting mentorship. They're not getting help. They're just giving away a percentage to the team leader, and that's it. I am very proud to say that when people are part of our team, they are getting all of that and more. And as we grow and develop, what is being offered by our team will grow and develop too. If you're watching this, what does it mean to you to have a level of excellence in your given profession? It doesn't have to be real estate. I'd like to see what your answers are to that. What does it mean? What does it look like to operate with a level of excellence? Well, in real estate, I'll tell you one of the number one things, it's being available to your clients when they need you, if they have questions. This is a very, very big deal to your clients. These hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in transaction that is life altering for them in every way. And if they have questions, they want to get back to you. So that first and foremost is, I think, key. And then being available and responding to people in a very timely manner. And the second thing is knowing how to communicate with people. I've run across a lot of arrogant real estate agents that really don't listen to anyone but themselves. They don't listen to their clients. And they have this level of arrogance that they know everything and you're just dumb because you're not them. And the way they talk to their clients. I just saw somebody the other day who was posting and said, if you don't get 4.5% as a listing agent, then you're doing something wrong. I thought that was, again, somebody who's been around the profession for a really long time, very professional, made millions of dollars, but there's a level of arrogance to that. Every situation, every client is a little bit of nuance and a little bit different. And that's another thing, being able to pivot, being pliable as a leader, as a servant to your clients, while withholding boundaries. I'm going to do a whole talk about having boundaries because I believe you can be wildly successful, operate at a level of excellence, be available to your clients, and still have boundaries and not get burnt out. Do you think those two things exist? They do. And systems are part of it. Having systems in place and really being able to execute things, utilizing the tools that are available. There are so many tools available that make our life easier. And building teams and utilizing AI and technology, all of these things that I really love. I have had a blast being part of Real Brokerage because they are a technology company first and foremost. So the technology has made it so easy for Bobby and I to jump into this profession and be able to operate with such ease. So what does it look like to you to operate at a level of excellence? If you are in real estate, I would love for you to comment below. What do you do? How do you as a real estate agent or a loan officer or a originator or an affiliate in real estate? How do you operate with a level of excellence that actually sets you apart? Because it does. Because mediocrity is common and laziness is common, but excellence is rare. And it will set you apart from everybody else. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can watch some of my upcoming videos. I'm going to have Bobby here with me. We're going to be talking about all things real estate, leadership, building teams, and having excellence in the marketplace. And of course, we're going to be talking about our building our team, Legacy House Realty, and building here with Real Brokerage. And I'll probably throw some stuff in there too about being a part of One Real Mortgage as a loan originator. That is a no-brainer. I'll just end with this. As an entrepreneur and somebody new into the real estate market, everything that Bobby and I have done, every decision that we have made has been to set ourselves up for maximum success. It is a no-brainer to me that as a real estate agent, I would also be able to pre-qualify and take the application for my clients, for my buyers, and earn that small percentage as I'm working with excellent loan officers and excellent loan products. That is a absolute no-brainer. If you're not doing that already, you are missing out and you're leaving money on the table. And you're not exercising all of the verticals that are available to you, to every real estate agent. Why wouldn't you do that? I'm not doing any more work than any other real estate agent except for taking the application. So we'll talk about that in another video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you subscribe and don't forget to comment below.